A warm welcome to your Barbados Today news update for Monday, December 20. Barbadians are expected to descend on shopping outlets today to cash in on lower prices on VAT-free day, announced on Saturday by Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Ryan Strawn. Retailers spent most of Sunday readying their businesses for today given the short turnaround time. Our news team spoke to business owners in the city on Sunday.
I must compliment the government on this idea. It's going to prove to be a huge help to the consumers. Truthfully, the private sector was not consulted, and the government gave us only 36 hours to prepare for it. Many of us have issues with our IT to try to get it right, to be in a position to serve our customers come Monday morning. And we will do what we have to do to get there. I can tell you at our beds, we're ensuring that our stores are well stocked. And we're going to present everything we do with a VAT, the VAT being exempted on tomorrow. So we will have a full inventory layout, and all our customers are welcome to come in and buy it on VAT-free.
It's always good to be a bit more prepared. Obviously, I had no idea that this was happening. 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, one of my supervisors brought to my attention that there was a press conference, and an hour later, this is what happened and transpired. So it didn't give us a lot of time, honestly, to clearly, look to get stocking, etc. Because only one day really on a Sunday. A lot of businesses don't open on Sundays. But in saying that, we got the ball rolling here in terms of making sure that our point of sale system and our inventory can deal with the removal of VAT or zero rate VAT on Monday, which we're going to do tonight. For now, as we close tonight, and we update and post up everything, we're going to put that system in place so that tomorrow morning it's not going to be an issue.
In an update, President of the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Anthony Branker, assures that businesses have pulled out all the stops to update their IT systems so that customers can have a satisfying VAT-free day. Minister Strawn says the Barbados Revenue Authority is ready to administer the VAT filings associated with VAT-free day.
Companies or businesses who will file their VAT returns as usual, but record zero-rated supplies for that day, i.e. the business will enter the items on the VAT return as zero-rated sales in line 105. This will allow the BRA to track the amount of sales and VAT foregone for that day, ensuring a risk-based approach for auditing purposes. In filing the VAT, a company must provide sales data or receipts specifically for the VAT holiday. Companies will have to issue a tax invoice to the customer with the value-added tax recorded at 0%.
Strawn also told the virtual press conference, which provided an update on the economic matters, that some Barbadians have started to receive their income tax refunds and reverse tax credits.
I'm happy to also report that certainly, in spite of the fact that we are in a pandemic and we've had to respond to those things, we were not in a position to honor the refunds of income tax by October 2021 for last year, as the law requires us to do. But I'm happy to report to Barbadians that over the course of the last 2 weeks, we have been able to put $47 million in refunds of both of tax refunds as well as income tax, reverse tax credits back to Barbadians in spite of the circumstances that we are facing. And that is the kind of discipline, ladies and gentlemen, that I hope that would be appreciated, because this has not been an easy road by any stretch of the imagination.
In other news this Monday, the Unity Workers Union is expected to step up its industrial action today. The union and government are at odds over long-standing grievances raised by some nurses. Senator Caswell Franklin has called on government to return to the negotiating table.
We wanted commitments, and we wanted pay that should have been paid in the past. You have people who are not paid, and then you take out the money. Now, that makes it even worse. So if you want us to come on strike, come and talk with us. We are on strike. Don't want to talk with BNA, don't want to talk with UPW, don't want to talk with BWU. They're not on strike. But you go and talk with them because they are the people that you can control. But you are not talking about the strikers. They're ignoring us because they want public opinion to bash us and the people out there in public to it's backfired. Because yesterday a number of nurses came to join the union after they took out people's money. A number. Even from the QEH, where we didn't have a great impact. It's becoming greater now. Because nurses realize that the fight that we are fighting is on their behalf.
Meanwhile, one of the striking nurses has urged the government to rethink its position on the action. Kathy-Ann Holder, a registered nurse of 12 years, told reporters at the weekend press conference that while she and her colleagues love their patients, they cannot and will no longer overlook what she deemed as an injustice being committed against nurses in Barbados.
Ms. Prime Minister made a comment and she said that the nurses have abandoned their patients. In no way or form have we done that. We love our patients. We provide a service that is there 24 hours a day, 24 hours a night, the whole entire time. Never once have we abandoned or left our patients for the last 2 years. With or without the testing, even with or without the vaccine, then there was none. Who do you think was holding down the fort at QEH before the Ghanaians came or before the Cubans came? It was the Bajan nurses as well as our other colleagues from the Commonwealth who are there that are working, and kudos to them. But it hurt me when she spoke and made it sound like if we are sheep that had gone astray.
Now to the latest COVID-19 update. A total of 49 persons contracted COVID-19, 25 males and 24 females. They were reported on Saturday from the 1,040 tests conducted by the Barbados Santos Public Health Laboratory. The new cases comprise 10 persons who are under the age of 18 and 31 who are 18 years and older. There were 178 people in isolation facilities and 1,131 in home isolation. There were no deaths recorded yesterday. The total number of deaths remain at 256.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, my name is Christian Paul. I'm the country manager of BCIC here in Barbados. When the COVID vaccine first came out, I thought it was an interesting and a potentially successful way for us to navigate our way out of the pandemic and a return to some state of normalcy. I took the vaccine because I have a young family. I want to make sure that they are safe and protected. I have friends, extended family, and obviously I work here with colleagues, so I thought it was a good way to help protect them and to keep them safe, as well as myself. I would encourage others to take the vaccine because I know that you can still transmit the disease even if you're vaccinated, but the chances of being severely ill or worse, dying are significantly reduced.
Let's roll up our sleeves and get back to living.
To regional news now, Trinidadian Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has issued a mandate for all government workers to be vaccinated by mid-January. Speaking on Saturday during a media conference, Rowley said that while there were exemptions for those who have medical issues, unvaccinated employees will be expected to abide by certain rules and regulations. We get the details from TTT News.
The government's workplace is going to change. It is the intention of the government, come mid-January, to insist that the government's workplace would require vaccinated workers.
He said measures will be put in place to identify and verify the vaccination status of government workers.
And persons who are not prepared or for reasons other than medically certified reasons, because there are people for whom the vaccination is not recommended by the health caregiver, the doctors, and such persons will most properly be exempted. But outside of that, the government's workplace will require if you are a government employee, that you show your vaccination status.
On the international front, health officials urge Americans to get booster shots, wear masks, and be careful if they travel over the holidays, with the Omicron variant raging and is likely to take over as the dominant strain in the United States. More in this report from Reuters TV.
With the Omicron variant of COVID-19 raging across the world, U.S. health officials are urging Americans to use caution over the holidays. National Institutes of Health Director Dr. Francis Collins told CBS's Face the Nation on Sunday the new variant is different enough that it could potentially evade vaccines and other precautions.
I'm glad to say it's not totally successful at that. A big message for today is if you've had vaccines and a booster, you're very well protected against Omicron causing you severe disease. So anybody listening to this who's in that 60% of Americans who are eligible for a booster but haven't yet gotten one, this is the week to do it. Do not wait.
Omicron has been found in 43 U.S. states and around 90 countries so far since it was first identified in southern Africa and Hong Kong in late November. In the U.S., cases and deaths have risen about 50% since the start of the month, according to a Reuters tally.
That's news, but for the very latest, you can visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper email updates or like us on Facebook and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.